Us now is Walter Robb, former co-CEO of Whole Foods, now principal at Stonewall Robb Advisors, watcher of all things retail. Walter, it's good to have you back.
Thanks a lot,
The question
Sarah.
is, are these permanent shifts in terms of the growth online and consumers going online for everyday items?
I tell you, I think the single most important thing for the viewers to realize is this shift to digital is generational. In other words, we're not going to go back. Some of the behaviors will come back, but this is generational. And the adoption of digital behaviors and ordering, phenomenal, just phenomenal, and as you see in these numbers.
Does it mean that Amazon always wins, even with growth rates in high double digits for a lot of these other retailers? Is the market still not convinced that enough of their business is online?
Okay, Walmart put up a 97% increase in e-com. That's a pretty good number. But I mean, we got the battle of the titans going on between the two, Walmart and Amazon. Amazon has the advantage of 35% market share in e-com and has long established patterns there. But Walmart has only 6%, but it's got 4,700 plus stores. And what people might be missing on this, and you'll see tomorrow in the Target numbers, I expect to see good numbers on the BOPIS, which is a buy online pickup store, which is both parts of these are e-com. And I think, you've got the battle between these two where Walmart has the advantage in physical locations and the customer loves picking up, and Amazon has the advantage on the pure play online. So these two titans are battling it out. Both see food as the Trojan horse towards victory. And, we're just going to have to see it through and see how it comes out. Both are positioned well to win, though.
Walter, what did you make of the retailers that reported this morning and their guidance or lack of guidance, perhaps I should say, in particular in light of the fact that we haven't seen the stimulus bill extended yet?
Well, that is, there's cross currents here that are hard to read and make it really hard to see what's going to happen in the fall. Retail is built on rhythms. It's built on the patterns of our life, the seasons, et cetera. And the back to school thing has just been kind of blown up. Are we going back to school or not? Maybe the back to school thing happens in January of 2021. So it's these cross currents of are we going to get a stimulus or not? What's the COVID going to do? What's going on with the politics in the election in November has got folks. It's very kind of a mixed bag. It's kind of a fog, hard to read exactly, except that customers have shown that they're continuing to shop and retailers have shown that they're continuing to sort of adopt and adapt to the current environment.
I had a conversation right before the show started, Walter, with Michelle Goss, who runs Kohl's,
Yes.
about holiday planning. And she gets a ton of consumer insights through their loyalty program and some of their data tracking. And what they're hearing from the consumer is that holiday is going to start as early as October, which is what Kohl's is preparing for, and that there's intention to buy. They're looking at categories that have worked, like activewear and home items and accessories, and also sort of essential practical gifts. I wonder who you think the holiday beneficiaries are going to be, with such low visibility overall for what holiday spending is going to look like.
Right. I saw Michelle's release this morning, and I think the big number for her was the sort of 60+% e-com, because the rest of the sales were a little bit light. But look, this is another one of the rhythms where we traditionally go back to school and then we start to work our way towards the holidays, which is, I expect people will want to celebrate. There's COVID fatigue for sure. And so, like in the grocery business, for example, as a grocer, you have to plan how many turkeys do you order? Are folks going to cook the turkey? Are they going to buy the meals? When you go over to the clothing segment, it's really hard. I think people are going to want to give gifts, but it's a little unclear what gifts they're going to give. So in terms of the winners, it's going to be, again, those who have a robust online presence, who are willing to stretch out the order, as you say, because you can't, the pipelines are a little jammed up. And so they're going to have to plan a little further out. Customers are going to try to have to plan a little bit further out to make sure they can get it. And imagine a grocery store, for example, which is typically 4X of the holiday. All the folks trying to get through there, it's going to be very difficult. So this holiday is going to shape up very different in terms of the shopping patterns and rhythms than the ones we've seen, or the ones that we're used to.
Are we past the peak of retail bankruptcies?
It's a good question, Wilfred. I think, we've seen a lot of, it's the bankruptcies and it's the store closures. And you saw news out this week where Jamie et al. At Authentic Brands along with his friend David Simon, have picked up some of these retailers to resuscitate them. We saw the Payless announcement out today where they said they're going to go back into business. And so we probably reached a high point here. There's going to be some more sorting out, but I think we've probably passed the worst of it.
Walter, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.